in. We're very mindful of your time, and although we have a lot of great information to share with you, including an exciting announcement, we are shooting for a meeting of approximately 1/2 hour, and we're hoping to have a few minutes at the end for questions and or comments. So please use the Zoom chat function at the bottom of your window if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to ask or make. I really am honored to serve such a great agency. I have a fortunate perspective on JFS. I was the chair of the board 30 years ago, so I can look back and compare JFS then, and it really was an amazing agency back then, to the broadly effective agency that we have now in my second tour of duty. JFS always prioritizes the needs in our community and clients, and we're even more focused on that in these difficult and tumultuous times. The services that JFS offers would not be possible without the passionate and innovative leadership of CEO Basha Silverman and the incredible team she fearlessly and creatively leads. I can say that because I've had the privilege of participating in Basha's weekly staff meetings. In fact, 2 weeks ago, Basha led a powerful, emotional, and at times necessarily uncomfortable staff conversation about our emotions and response, not only as an agency, but also personally, to the recent race-related violence and our commitment to diversity and inclusion. We truly have a passionate and talented team here at JFS, and we're all truly like a family. We work together, we grow together, and we support one another and our many clients through good and bad times. That is why I am so thrilled to welcome the newest members of our board and the JFS family tonight. First is Gloria Fine. Not that it's hard, but I have to make sure I say nice things about Gloria since she's known me my entire life. And she probably has a lot of stories that she can tell that I would prefer not be told. Probably more importantly, she's really good friends with my mom and wouldn't hesitate to report me to her. Luckily, saying great things about Gloria is not very hard. Gloria had an impressive career in human and social services, while at the same time being very active in our community. She became even more involved in Delaware's Jewish community upon her retirement. One of the many boards she has served on at the time was JFS's, and since returning to Delaware from Florida to be closer to her family, Gloria has jumped back in with both feet, generously sharing her time, her ideas, and resources with JFS this past year. We're so glad to have Gloria back in our community and once again serving on the JFS board. Next, we welcome Liz O'Neill, who served from a young age, learned from a young age the value of Tikkun Olam. Valuing integrity and inclusivity, Liz says she's passionate about being part of an organization like JFS that strengthens the community and promotes social justice. Liz has lived in Delaware for 7 years and has been a dedicated volunteer to JFS. We're thrilled to have her formalizing her commitment to our agency as a board member. Finally, we welcome Clint Walker, a fellow lawyer and banker by trade. Clint has dedicated himself to supporting many nonprofits over the last 18 years. Clint shared that the more he recently got to know JFS, the more he became enamored with us, our mission, and our services, which helps so many people in different meaningful ways. He says he left at the opportunity to join JFS's board, and we're equally excited to officially welcome him tonight. Though we are not physically together, we feel empowered and proud to have such passionate and generous individuals joining our JFS family and board. We hope to have an opportunity to meet and congratulate them in person soon. Now I'd like to pass things off to JFS's CEO Basha Silverman to share more about everything JFS has accomplished this year, and of course, the exciting announcement that we've promised you.
Thank you, Norm. This year has been a great one for JFS. Our successes, lessons, and growth feel more tremendous each year, and I'm grateful for this opportunity to share with you all. JFS celebrated 120 years in 2019, and you, our friends, fans, partners, and donors have been more engaged, more involved, and more excited about the work we do than ever before, whether through volunteerism, kind messages of support, attendance at our community-wide events, creating a legacy plan with JFS, or other meaningful ways. We're so grateful. Thank you for sharing your stories with me and allowing JFS to help you, guide you, and inspire you. Last year at our annual meeting, I told you that JFS's goal and vision for this year and beyond was to be wherever we are needed. And I'm proud to report that we have been. This year, we have responded with courage, kindness, and adaptability. And we plan to continue moving forward with inclusive, compassionate, creative solutions. Just in case you missed an update or haven't been watching us on social media, here are some highlights. We welcomed new psychiatrists in Wilmington and Lewis. We opened 2 new play therapy rooms. We increased our presence in the community, working in schools and in client homes. We launched JFS Compass, a unique interdisciplinary care management program for individuals with dementia and their caregivers. JFS now has a geriatrician on our team. We have continued our commitment to servicing at-risk families and refugees, connecting them to critical resources and providing passionate advocacy. We've worked with many community partners on new initiatives, community education programs, and other creative collaborations. For 120 years, we've been serving people at the most vulnerable times in their lives. And in the past 12 weeks, we've seen this passion and mission in action as we responded to not just this COVID pandemic, but also by committing to serve as agents of change and taking a stand to end racism because we believe that Black lives matter. JFS has been responsive, supportive, innovative, and collaborative to help our clients and community members through these most challenging times. JFS is here to help all those who are being impacted by unemployment, hunger, increased anxiety, depression, isolation, and discrimination. We're exhausted, but we're even more exhilarated. We're inspired and energized to meet the new and changing needs of our community. This leads me to the very exciting announcement you all tuned in to hear. Drum roll. I don't really have a drum roll. Okay, I don't have that sound. Starting July 1st, JFS will be merging with another Delaware nonprofit, Cancer Care Connection. Specifically, Cancer Care Connection will be combined into JFS. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Cancer Care Connection provides psychosocial support to people affected by cancer, helping them find the resources and information they need to overcome any issues that arise, whether it be resolving day-to-day challenges, making major decisions, or learning how to cope with distress. This merger is mission-focused, aiming to ensure the future of Cancer Care Connection services and expand JFS's therapeutic capability to include oncology expertise, ultimately improving the experiences and opportunities for clients and families. Yay! To say more about Cancer Care Connection and this new partnership, I'd like to introduce Clint Walker, a long-standing board member of Cancer Care Connection, who, as Norm mentioned, will be joining JFS's board to continue his service, share his passion and wisdom, and ensure a seamless integration of the 2 awesome organizations.
Thanks, Basha. Before I begin, I would like to say how excited I am to be joining the JFS board. JFS provides a variety of meaningful services to many of our most vulnerable friends in the community. And I love how JFS has been able to pivot during the current community crises and provide support to those impacted. I'm honored to be associated with you all as a new board member. And as Basha and Norm have said, I'm also honored to have been serving on the Cancer Care Connection board for the past 18 years. CCC, as I call it, provides meaningful and greatly needed psychosocial services to those affected by cancer, a disease which impacts people in many ways in addition to what it does to the body. CCC is here to help them respond to those challenges by answering tough questions such as, quote, I've just been diagnosed. What do I say to my family and work colleagues? Or, my cancer treatment has made it difficult for me to go to work. Where can I find help with the money problems I'm now facing? Or, my friends look at me like I'm a dead man walking. How do I cope? Our social workers have amazing, empathetic ways to respond to these and any other issues our clients are confronted with. We at CCC are incredibly excited to join forces with JFS. This combination will enable CCC to expand our reach and the number of clients we serve. We'll also give our joint leadership time and resources to innovate and expand the type of services we provide. Finally, joining JFS ensures that when our current executive director, Janet Teixeira, retires, CCC and the services it provides will live on. The other day, someone asked me why I joined CCC's board. And the simple answer to that is the work is inspiring. I've been so touched by the people we have served and their stories. Let me just read a couple of recent quotes from testimonials our clients have shared online. Quote, "I will never be able to say enough about the selfless, compassionate care that I have received from my oncology social worker at Cancer Care Connection. In fact, I consider this care to be one of the major reasons I am doing as well as I am today." Quote, "My oncology social worker at Cancer Care Connection is the one person in whom I can confide my worst fears and deepest thoughts. She knows how to listen and when to challenge. She truly hears me, which is incredibly validating." And finally, quote, "For those who are faced with their own cancer diagnosis, I recommend giving yourself the gift of emotional and logistical support through Cancer Care Connection. The work they do matters deeply." These comments validate that the services CCC provides truly makes a difference in the lives of our clients, and is why all of us at CCC are so grateful for our partnership with JFS, which will allow these services to continue. So I'd like to say thank you to JFS, Basha, the JFS board, for making this combination of agencies happen. It's also happy. We really could not be more pleased.
Ready for me, Maddie? Okay. Thank you so much, Clint. We are so excited to welcome you to JFS's board. It's now my pleasure to introduce Erica Griffiths. Erica is a mom in our local Jewish community who has been living with breast cancer for over 4 years. As someone who has received so much love and support from our community, including from JFS, there's no one better who can speak to the power and importance of this new partnership with Cancer Care Connection. Erica?
Thanks, Basha, and thank you and hello to everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here sharing my story with you today. My family has lived in North Wilmington for almost 5 years now, and I've been overwhelmed with a strong sense of community that greeted us. 4 years ago, while I was still breastfeeding my daughter Izzy, I was told that I had breast cancer. Less than 2 weeks later, we found out that my breast cancer already spread to my spine, liver, and femur, which meant I had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is a terminal diagnosis. This was an emotional and physical challenge that I had no choice but to accept, but I responded well to my drug treatments and continued working full-time and enjoying every moment with Joe and Izzy. However, in 2018, I had a breast cancer reoccurrence, which mutated to an even more aggressive subtype. In 2019, just days after participating in the Broad Street Run, I had a seizure which showed that the breast cancer had spread to my brain. The same week of brain radiation, I found another breast lump. 3 months after breast radiation, we found the breast cancer had spread to my lung. We have not yet found a chemo to slow it down. I have had multiple surgeries, radiations, chemos, systemic drugs, and dozens of scans since 2016. I will be in treatment until I die. This is obviously a difficult and overwhelming diagnosis for me and my family, which is why support services and advocacy are so valuable to us. The average MBC patient lives just 33 months, yet here I am at 48 months living on borrowed time. I have spent most of these 48 months advocating for myself and my MBC friends. I have also spent that time advocating for my family and helping them prepare for when I am gone. I am sharply aware of the fact that my diagnosis will affect my family for years to come. And over the past 4 years, I have found many resources in the community. Of course, my top priority is my 5-year-old daughter, Isabel. I want to be proactive and help her learn the healthy coping mechanisms she will need to face life's adversities starting now at such a young age. JFS has provided incredible therapy services to Izzy and our family, and I can't tell you what a relief that simple gift is to me. Resources are a cancer patient's best friend. Life can become chaotic and unmanageable very quickly with any cancer diagnosis, especially one as complicated as mine. I admin a local MBC Facebook support group, and most of these patients, my friends, have found their resources through other patients through word of mouth. Even with hospital social workers and nurse navigators for patients who are often suffering from PTSD, enduring grueling physical side effects, and managing doctor and treatment appointments, the legwork and follow-up is often left to us. I'm sure you can imagine how many patients fall through the cracks. The idea that JFS, now with Cancer Care Connection, can become a one-stop shop for cancer patients in our community literally makes my heart soar. This level of specialty and efficiency can change the entire trajectory for a cancer patient and their family, offering direct support, providing connections to additional resources, and helping with the detailed planning that offers a sense of control and comfort for patients and families. As a patient advocate, a mom, and someone who can personally attest to the value of this expertise and level of support, I have to congratulate and thank JFS and Cancer Care Connection for forming this thoughtful partnership. This will make such a huge difference for people, and I am so excited to see what is to come.
Eric, I just want to thank you so much for being so brave and sharing your story. What a powerful testament to how these services can make a difference for patients and families in our community. And we're grateful to be gaining the support and the clear expertise of the Cancer Care Connection to make these psychosocial services available at JFS. More information about these services, which will officially be available July 1, will come soon. Until then, we want to thank you all again for joining us this evening, where we'll now be taking some time to answer your questions and welcome you to stay on with us. But before you sign off, please follow us on Facebook for more information, for updates, and reminders about what we're up to. Remember, JFS is here to help whoever, wherever, and however we can.
Maddie, we're cool? Thanks, Norm, and thank you all for joining us. That was totally an awesome announcement, right? I'm sure that you're as excited as we are. As Norm said, we're going to spend the rest of our time together, which is really only about 10 minutes, to answer any questions you might have about our announcement or anything else JFS is up to. Please submit your questions in the window of the chat feature, and Maddie will help us moderate them and make sure that we answer them for you. With me to answer your questions is Cancer Care Connection's Executive Director, Janet Texera, who you haven't got to see yet, but she's amazing. Norm, Clint, and Erica will also be on with us, and my colleague Maddie will help us moderate the discussion.
Hey everybody, hopefully you can see us all and hear us all. Let me just pull up our chat. We did have a few questions. All right, here we go. If I know someone who needs cancer-specific support, should I call JFS or Cancer Care Connection?
Great question. It really depends on what's easiest and fastest for you. Whichever organization you're used to contacting, either way, you will find your way to the help that you need.
Had a question in the chat. Will Cancer Care Connection be available statewide?
Absolutely. Not only is it statewide, it's primarily our main area that we serve, but also the contiguous states in the Mid-Atlantic region. And once you go on the internet, you are worldwide. So anyone who calls us will be helped. We don't turn anyone away.
Awesome. Let's see what else. Do you also support loved ones? My spouse is living with cancer and I am struggling.
Absolutely. Cancer Care Connection is available to patients in what we call their caring circle. So that could be caregiver, spouse, neighbor, coworker, friend, anyone, even a professional healthcare person who's trying to support that patient. We're there for them. And now that we have access to the amazing staff of JFS therapists, we'll be able to do even more of that. So we're very excited.
And what about for kids? What do we do for kids who are surviving a parent with cancer?
I can answer that one. So while Cancer Care Connection has primarily and historically supported the cancer patient and their adult, the adult members in their caring circle, which Janet just described, this is where the integration becomes even more powerful for each family, because JFS brings to this combination an expertise, experience, and commitment to healing and supporting and addressing trauma experienced by children. We can provide tools for children to cope with the most devastating experiences of their lives. And it's what we're known for, supporting kids, healing kids, and it really is the sort of magic of this combination.
All right, let's see. Where will Cancer Care Connection therapists be located?
Well, due to the magic of this, we can provide services anytime from anywhere. We have been working virtually for about 4 years, maybe a little bit more. So this arrangement is very familiar to us. We also see people face-to-face at 2 Cancer Center partner locations, Christiana Care at the Helen F. Graham Cancer Center and Penn Medicine at Chester County Hospital. And here's where our coming together just explodes again. Because JFS has the facilities, the credentialing, all of the infrastructure in place, we will be able to see people face-to-face at their locations. And we're so excited about that, because don't be surprised if that doesn't truly become statewide in the near future.
Awesome. We just had a whole bunch of questions come through in the chat. Will Cancer Care Connection still be working with the Helen Graham Center?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is a great partnership and relationship that we have. We feel very strongly about our commitment to their patients and caregivers, and we will integrate what we're doing now to complement that.
And I just want to say, for those of you who are familiar with Cancer Care Connection and have joined in support of Cancer Care Connection, absolutely nothing about what makes them wonderful is going away. The combination will only allow for more and more comprehensive care to be delivered. There's a question for Erica in here, Maddie.
Yes, I see it. That's what I was just getting to next. Erica, someone wants to know, have you received virtual care, and what has that been like for you?
So through JFS, yes. So the therapy that we've been getting for Izzy kind of got really kicked off right in the heart of COVID-19. So we had to kind of switch gears like everyone else. So at least through JFS, yes, we've experienced that. I haven't worked with Cancer Care Connection yet, but I'm super excited about doing that. And I've just loved the idea of having the flexibility. My family's very busy. Joe works, I work, and just how crazy everything gets. To be able to have those options, I just feel like, even if it's a combination of options, I think it's just amazing.
Someone else has asked, how long has Cancer Care Connection been in existence?
We were incorporated in January of 2000. So we have just hit our 20 years.
Oh, here's a great question. Will JFS therapists be cross-trained with Cancer Care Connection therapists?
Absolutely. Basha, I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Sure.
Or...
Yeah. I mean, so JFS has, I mean, we'd like to say that we hire generalists, but all of our licensed therapists have their own shtick, you know, and they have their own sort of area of expertise that they studied and love. And that makes us, you know, able to respond to a variety of calls that come in. But admittingly, nobody at JFS has oncology expertise. Nobody has that specialization. By combining with JFS, with Cancer Care Connection, we're gonna make sure that all of the therapists become trained in this sort of oncology expertise and specialization. And in doing so, we're gonna widen Cancer Care Connection's bench. We're going to increase the native capacity for Delaware to be able to respond to these families in need. There's so many more families in need that access Cancer Care Connection, And those that know about JFS, we want them, when they come here, for us to be really strong in every expertise they need. So this is super exciting to me and my team, who isn't here to sort of speak for themselves, but they're all super psyched to get this knowledge and to build their repertoire.
I think that's a good place to stop. I'd rather give you all your 3 minutes back than keep you here. You can certainly email us with more questions that you have, or visit our website, which we'll be updating with Cancer Care Connection info soon, or visit Cancer Care Connection directly.
Wait. There's one more question about somebody wanting to volunteer, and JFS and Cancer Care Connection cannot exist without the dedication of our strong and volunteers. So can you answer that one? Can you ask that one, Maddie? Sorry.
Oh, yes. Okay. What can we as volunteers of JFS help with during the times of COVID?
You want me to take that one? Since I begged you to ask it.
Please
sure.
Do.
Absolutely. So what can volunteers at JFS do to help us? Well, I would love to implore you to call JFS 478-9411 and ask for Amy Baker. Amy Baker has a slew of really amazing, meaningful, impactful activities for you to do, whether it's from your home or in person with your PPE gear. Our clients need all the help that they can get, and you as volunteers are an extension of us. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. Is there any other things that you wanted to address, Basha or Janet, before we close?
I guess I just want to say that, you know, while it's totally weird and bizarre that we're having our annual meeting on Zoom, I'm really so thrilled about this, and we had a big, you know, Jewish wedding planned, in-person reception celebration, and we hope to celebrate with all of you who joined us tonight in our garden one day when we can, because this is truly something to celebrate. So, l'chaim.
Thank you all. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you for attending.